way to earn $1, isn't it?
It's no trick. You show me the problem I can't solve with this little gadget I got here, Reno.
Up.
What are you doing?
Nothing. I thought he was moving, so I shot him.
Don't you understand that I'm not being paid to do that, friend?
I'm not an idiot, Gringo. You know that.
Go on, tell him what you said.
I was telling Grjngo just the other day that you got cheated on brains.
You...
Now let's stop this arguing. Come on, get to work. Empty the wagons and burn them. Come on, cheer up, Tiny. We pulled a good, clean job today. Walton & Son fails to deliver again. Good morning, Miss Lucy.
How is it you're not out at the ranch doing your work? Oh, really, I didn't mean to be rude.
I know how these things are. You think because you're a Walton, you shouldn't speak to ranch hands.
That isn't so, Gringo, no.
It's all right.
Morning, Gringo.
Howdy, Sheriff.
How many times have I told you to knock before entering this office?
Sorry, Mr. Denton. Just forgot to.
You know, you wouldn't be walking around at all if it wasn't for me. Don't forget.
The wagons are wiped out.
Good.
Pay off now.
I'll have it for you on Monday.
$200 apiece.
I'll pay it Monday, I said. Get back to that ranch of Martin's where you're supposed to be. You shouldn't come into town. It looks very funny.
I'm going, but I've had a belly full of that boring ranch.
Listen, Grjngo, get out of here. I mean it. I put you and the other boys on that ranch to be there as cowboys, understand? And I'm making sure this town believes it. So you face it.
I don't like being a cowpoke.
Don't plan on quitting, Grjngo. I wouldn't. You're still wanted in Franklin, Texas. That Franklin sheriff's a friend of mine might be very happy to see you again. Grjngo. Here's a bonus for you.
A pretty good what?
You boys are helping close Martin's mine, so you're worth it. No one will transport his product. No ruin Martin yet.
How much can it mean? You're his manager, so you'd be hurting yourself, too. A big fancy lawyer making out to harm an old man. Just what did this Martin do to you? It's costing you a lot of money to close that mine.
You shouldn't question my motives. What does it matter? Do I ask you about your business?
You're right. Money is all that counts.
Now, about the herd.
It's all under control. They were branded. Those stolen cows have his ranch's mark all over them.
Imagine Martin yelling when they arrest him for theft. Eh, Grjngo?
That's very funny.
The most important thing, to cover up our whole operation, see? If anybody finds out, eliminate him on the spot.
I know you're responsible for running Sam's mine. But I'm afraid I'm going to have to give you a no, Ryan.
Ah, but you've got to carry that off for Martin.
I'm sorry, Ryan, but with things going the way they are, I just can't do it. That was the 4th time those scoundrels attacked our drivers. And I'm taking no more orders till those bandits are behind bars.
You know what that means, Dave? We'll have to close the mine. If you won't transport the ore, then what's the sense of mining? And Sam Martin has sunk a fortune into this thing. Well, what's our town sheriff doing?
Absolutely nothing he can do. The man has no authority outside the limits of the town.
If we offer you twice your fee, will you deliver?
It's no use. The whole thing's over. I won't do it. Even for you. I've got those drivers to think about.
But a couple of those men must have some courage.
Now, wait. My dad has good people. After all, 17 were murdered. You gonna let him call our men cowards?
It's all right, son. Mr. Ryan doesn't mean what he said.
I just can't face it, I guess. Closing down that mine. If our sheriff can't do it, call in the district sheriff. He has jurisdiction.
Yeah, my dad was supposed to get an answer from him. He wrote last month.
We'll try to find out who the bandits are. Somehow. Until that happens, close the mine. Hate to tell Martin. He's got a lot of the ranch money tied up in that mine.
How's old Sam doing?
I don't know. He just sits in that wheelchair waiting.
You'd think he'd give up after 20 years.
He won't. He won't stop looking for his missing son. Who else has he got? It'll all work out, Dave. Now, if you hear from the district sheriff, let me know.
Hello, Mr. Ryan.
Oh, hello, Lucy.
Hello, Dad, Tim. What happened?
Well, since we won't transport the ore, they'll close the mine.
Well, now what'll become of those miners? Their families? They can't exist without work. You can't do that.
Our dead drivers had families too, Lucy.
Yes, I know. Well, why don't you talk to Mr. Martin? It's his mine. Maybe...
Just leave this up to us men now, and we'll figure out what to do.
Oh, Tim, for heaven's sake.
Now, wait a minute, children. I think I have a good idea. I wrote the district sheriff and got no answer. The letter was lost, I'm sure it was. So why don't I take the stagecoach to Santa Barbara and bring him back with me? That way he can get right to work. That's all there is to it.
Oh, Mom!
Hey!
Oh!
Now, you better start cooking. Ken's coming to supper, and the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. So you make something nice, huh?
I will.
Lucy, I believe you're blushing. Make a nice dessert.
I've been thinking. I think you ought to send me.
No, Tim, no. It's a safe enough journey, son. Don't let word leak out, though. What, our Ben? No. Why, he's been with me for 7 years.
I hope we get there soon before I'm bounced to death. Well, thanks. Yeah!
Head for the ranch.
Dave Walton was a good man. Decent, honest, hard-working. You were all his friends. You know what he was. He was the backbone of this town. It's hard to think who would want to harm him. When Dave came here, there was no town at all. He and Sam Martin just about built Silver Springs, I guess. I know he's going to be missed. Whoever took his life has taken a great deal from us as well. His children lose a loving, devoted father. We lose a very precious friend. Dave Walton was a great man. Now his earthly self is no more. He leaves us to go to meet his maker. So as he goes from us, we say goodbye. And may God have mercy on his soul. Amen. Do your duty. Let's get started.
Ken, will you please take me back now?
All right. Of course I will. It's been a sad day for both of us.
For all of us. He was my oldest friend, Ken. Things will never be quite the same.
Poor Daddy. But who would do it? Why? Why?
Don't worry. We'll solve the crime. In a matter of days, we will have caught them.
I've just been thinking. That man worked hard. But he always had you. You two children made it all worthwhile. He was fortunate. Any word, incidentally?
Not yet. Not a word yet, Sam.
Don't worry, Mr. Martin. You know, it isn't easy to find someone after all these years. Who is he? Have you ever seen him before?
No. Nobody I know.
Maybe he's one of the gang that murdered Father.
Just because somebody's new in town.
Gringo! Hey, Gringo, come here, hurry!
I'll tell you this much. He won't bite you.
See that? He looked at me.
Is that why you're so afraid? What's the matter?
Tiny's right. There's something about him. Looks like trouble.
Now, Ken, I want you to do one thing. The boys are off. See that they don't go wild today.
I'll see they behave, Sam. I'll be seeing you tomorrow, I suppose.
Don't forget to bring the inventory. My manager doesn't even live on the ranch. Sure wish you did. You must think of moving out. Oh, I got the mail today. The bank. I'm way behind on my loan, so they're after me to sell my cattle. But I'm not ready. I don't want to sell, Ken. Not at this time. Well, how about it, Tony? Come on.
Yes, sir. All set.
Up on the seat. Let's get moving now.
Already. Hier. Oh.
Glaubst du, dass du seinen Sohn findest, Ken?
I'm still trying, Lucy. I've got to find out who murdered your father first. Come, Lucy.
Morning, mister.
Morning. How are you?
What's his name? He's some horse.
Somehow I never got around to naming him.
There's mine. She's my friend.
She's something, she is. You must feed her plenty good, I bet.
Say, I'll watch him if you want me to.
That'll be just fine. You dry him before he's fed?
Sure. But I'll have to charge you 10 cents extra. And of course I have to charge you $1 for the stall here and for the fodder. Okay, mister?
You got a real good business, that youngster.
His name's Madrid with Berg.
So's mine.
Hey,
We rode hard.
my name's Pecos.
Pecos? Aren't you a bit young for this job?
Well, what's the difference? No one can do the work as good as me.
Okay, Pecos. Call me Mace. All right?
In case you need some help, Mace, my granddad is the sheriff here.
I'll be darned. Some days I'm a man in luck. I'll be back. Here.
I'm sorry. So noisy here, I didn't hear you come in.
It's all right, ma'am. As a matter of fact, I'm looking for a room if you have one.
If we have one. Oh, mister, do we have empty since the trouble here began? Miss Carson. I'm Kate Rowland. I hope you're going to like it here. There's your key. Room 39, up the stairs.
Thanks.
There's fresh water in the wash basin in your room. Meals are served in the saloon.
Okay, ma'am.
Do you know how long you'll be staying, Mr. Carson?
Can't tell you yet.
Who's that man that just registered?
I don't think that's any of your business.
Come on, Kate. Me and you's friends.
There's a lot of people can say that to me, Reno. But not you.
Hello? Anybody here? Morning, folks. Who are you? I'm looking for Dave Walton.
Afraid you're not going to find it.
We just got back from Dad's funeral a few minutes ago. I'm Tim Walton, and this is my sister Lucy.
Too bad. Was he sick very long?
Yeah, he was plenty sick. 1 bullet in his heart and 2 in his head.
Him, Pete.
You go and rest, Lucy.
I'll be going.
Wait a minute. What's your name, mister? You never told us.
Guess you're right. Carson.
What did you want with us?
Some other time.
Hold on there. We're pretty suspicious of strangers here these days. Suppose you tell me what you're doing here.
This is my father's lawyer. His name's Ken Denton.
A lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this isn't a courtroom.
Do you mean that you refuse to answer?
I forgot to point out, Mr.
Denton? You're a stranger to me, and I'm pretty suspicious of strangers myself. I'm going, Mr. Walton. I'll be in touch with you. Goodbye now.
That man's getting boring.
Yeah. But for some reason, I took to him. Well, I got some work.
No, come here. Your father was considering a proposal I made to him.
To have us sell our business to your client?
Right, Mr. Martin will pay you well for it.
I'm not going to sell. I figure that's the way my dad would have wanted it.
You are so stubborn, Tim. Why should you bother with this business? You could buy a ranch and raise some cattle. Now, you know that's more fun than doing this.
Yeah. But what makes you think those bandits won't start stealing cattle? Buy a ranch? No thanks.
Wait a minute.
You don't seem to understand. Our business is to transport. I'm going to continue just as long as there's a single wagon around. And Lucy agrees.
Your sister owns half the company. I'll speak to her, that's all.
I'll be the one to do the talking to Lucy, all right? I know you're a friend of Lucy's. And you wouldn't take advantage, would you? So don't bring it up. I'll see you tomorrow.
Well,
I don't like to be kept waiting. Where were you?
business first, Ken.
Mine, don't forget. It's my business, not yours.
Ken, what's the matter, darling? You're so nervous. I love you. You know it. Isn't that better? How about a drink? I should be working. The saloon's packed. And by the way, Grjngo is spending money like water.
Fine. You should be glad we're doing good business.
You know, I just don't like
One
that
for you.
boy, Grjngo. I wish you hadn't brought him here. Ah, that's good. You know what I've been wishing? That you'd take me to Frisco, like you said.
But I told you before, I have some business to settle up.
You mean some business with Sam Martin? It's because something's gone wrong between you and Sam Martin, hasn't it?
I'm not going to sit here and be questioned by you. I'm sick of your nagging.
Yes, I suppose I should have asked some questions a lot sooner.
What's that?
You're ambitious, Ken. I felt that when I met you for the first time.
Go on.
I'm beginning to wonder what you had to do to get up to where you are.
Nobody helped me in this world. I worked all my life and learned from my experience. Now go away. I'm sick of you.
Wish I had the money to go away. But I have to serve idiots like Grjngo and those other cutthroats. Where'd you get a bunch of ranch hands like those men? From a prison?
You've been thinking a lot, haven't you, Kate? Don't.
Hello, Mr. Carson.
Won't you sit down?
Thanks. We can talk privately over our beer. It's my very first beer.
Good for you.
I mean, I never had one in the saloon. Just at home.
Come on, boy, get lost.
Who are you talking to like that?
You better leave, Tim.
Don't forget, no fighting allowed.
No one's fighting. If we had cards and chips around, well, we could play some poker.
He wants to play, Reno. Go ahead and show him how we play.
Oh, I see. When I was a child, we used to play that game. I've got a much better one. You have to pay close attention. You're next.
No, Gringo. None of that. Go on. Take the boys back to the ranch. Go on. Before something happens.
I'm not through with you yet. I'll be here.
Good fight. Good work. That Reno sure had it coming to him, I'd say.
Hey, what brings you to town?
Thanks. I'm here because the Walton Company's looking for some drivers, I heard. Hope I didn't break any of my fingers. Well, it appears I'll sure be needing them. Pretty lively town.
It's only a nick.
Here, take a shot.
Who are those men?
Well, they ain't friends.
I'll go around the back.
Okay. Come on, let's quit.
Well, at least we shut that Walton kid up.
That's what I want.
Aren't you afraid of being caught here by Denton? He told us to go back.
I'll get
Stop it, Sam. Ah!
Ah.
Jim!
Don't worry, Lucy. It's just a slight wound. Come on, man. Give me a hand with him.
Grandpa.
He's a very brave man. Where'd you take him, man? Well, how is he?
We'll know when the doctor gets here. Mace, I heard about the sheriff.
Yeah.
Mace, you know who they are.
I don't know yet.
Man muss warten können.
Drei Tage im Bett hält ja kein Pferd aus. Ich will raus.
Erst wird gegessen.
Ich will raus.
Du stehst erst auf, wenn der Arzt es erlaubt. Und jetzt isst.
Morning.
Hello, Mace.
Good morning.
I bet Mace wouldn't stay in bed for a little scratch like this.
But of course I would. If a pretty nurse...
Okay, Mace. You want to trade places with me? We'll put you to the test.
Mace, how about some coffee?
Good idea. Black, hot and strong.
Coming up. Be sure and watch him, Mace. He's a pretty hard boy to keep lying down.
Na, haben Sie inzwischen irgendetwas Neues entdeckt?
Nein, in der Stadt hat niemand eine Schussverletzung. Und auf dem Wege außerhalb der Stadt, da konnte ich auch keine Spur finden.
Damals, als mein Vater ermordet wurde, gab es schon eine Spur. Aber die verlor sich leider in den Felsen bei Martins Ranch.
Martin.
Martin's been here a good many years, huh?
Martin came here when he was quite a young man. He had to defend his land against all the enemy Indians, and then later on he had to beat off the squatters. He's worked hard for what he has.
One thing about Martin is very funny. Why a lawyer for a manager?
Ken Denton's here some years, 12 or so. Martin used him first for business matters, then to search for his son.
Your son?
He was married once, Martin. Only his wife and baby son disappeared 20 years ago. So he's at Denton trying to find his son. Martin's still hoping to be...
What about Martin?
Oh, what's the matter, Lucy? Can't a couple of men talk in peace? I was just telling Mace about Martin's son and wife.
Oh, you were. Know why he's in a wheelchair? He rode after them the night they disappeared. Only he was thrown off his horse.
Yeah, he was flat on his back for a whole year after his fall.
Uh-huh.
He still can't stand up, though, huh?
No, he's paralyzed. But if he wasn't so strong, he wouldn't be here now.
They were strong, those pioneers. Maybe because they had to be. So, it's time to leave.
Can't you stay here with us?
Oh, yes. It's no bother for us at all. As a matter of fact, you could sleep in Father's room. Won't you stay? We owe you so much.
No, Lucy. But I'm surely obliged.
Please stay. We can always use a driver.
Thanks. I'm afraid I'd let you down at stagecoach work. Oh, and besides, I never did like staying put. Gotta keep moving.
Why?
Hello, Lucy.
Hello.
Carson. Well, how are you today, Tim?
I'll be out of here very soon.
Good. I know it's late, but I was at the ranch. Some business things with Martin.
Oh, that's all right. Mace dropped by.
I'm afraid I can't stay.
Run along,
can.
Lucy, it's Mace Carson in there.
Mr. Ryan, what is all this?
I think it's good news, Tim.
Well, come on in.
You heard him. Come on in, boys. Hey, hello, Tim. How are you?
Fine. Why is everybody gathered together?
Well, I wish I could say the only reason we stopped by was to see how you're feeling, only, you see, well, we want to see Mace.
What about?
What is this?
Well, now, if you'd attended the town meeting, you'd know, Mr. Denton. Mace, this town wants someone who's, that is, someone who is, well, the other day when we saw you in the saloon, we thought you were a good fighter, and it...
Oh, for heaven's sake, tell him what we're doing here.
I will if you'll stop interrupting me.
Go on.
All right. I'll come straight out. We want you to be our sheriff.
Hey, the people have chosen you, so now you'll have to stay.
Well, mate?
How can a man answer before he knows what his pay will be?
$100 a month. Now, what will your answer be? We want you to clean up this town, Mace.
It's not your town alone. It's much more.
What do you mean, Mr. Carson?
After looking round, gentlemen, seems to me this whole area is rotten. Gone from bad to worse.
That's not our headache.
Could be. I'm sure that's the way all of you here feel. My answer is no. I appreciate the offer, but...
That's not fair. You can't expect to ignore people when they're calling on you for help. They're counting on you.
Why me? I've got my own headaches.
Don't let us keep you then, Carson.
Listen, those men out of Martin's ranch the other evening, then, who is it they answer to?
To me, I suppose.
You want to help? Just see that they stay out of town, Denton.
Tomorrow, you better be out of my sight, Carson.
You better pay attention. Don't ever make me any madder than you did just then. I'm warning you.
Mace. Mace. Why did you refuse?
Please, you've got to trust me, Lucy. I'm not the man to be sheriff.
Mace, I'm not going to let you refuse. We can talk. Friends like family.
Not mine. Is there another office?
You're such a strange man, Mace. Why on earth are you so suspicious?
I learned a lesson. One I'll never forget. My father was a peculiar person. He was good, but trusted no one. And because of that, he lived to a ripe old age.
Mein Vater ist genau das Gegenteil gewesen. Er hatte zu jedem Vertrauen.
Ja, und starb, weil er auf dem Hinterhalt erschossen wurde. Glauben Sie mir, Lucy. Man erkennt einen Wolf nicht unbedingt am Fell. Jedenfalls nicht in dieser Stadt.
Was wollen Sie damit sagen?
Dass Sie mit Ihrem Vertrauen sparsam umgehen sollen. Ihr Bruder ist da anders, der weiß, warum Ihr Vater sterben musste.
Ich auch. Hören Sie zu. Wenn Sie doch nur den Sheriffstern nehmen würden, dann fänden Sie vielleicht die Erklärung für alles.
Ich habe Ihnen doch gesagt, Lucy, ich brauche keinen Blechstern.
Mace, do I have to spell things out for you? Silver Springs is a good place to make your home. Don't you want to settle down, like other men? A man has to stop drifting. Being free's not always enough.
I'm not ready. Not yet, Lucy. I'm a man who's got to keep moving. That's just the way I'm built.
Go ahead. Then why did you ever let us think you'd help us, you coward? I don't even know why you bother to advise somebody else.
Howdy.
Morning.
Well, Pecos, how's my horse?
Why won't you wear the sheriff's badge? I know it sure would have made Grandpa happy. Then you could go out searching and find the man who murdered him. He died trying to help you.
Yeah, Pecos. Your grandpa was helping me. I didn't forget. The time will come. When I find them. And I'll be ready and waiting for them. They got a lesson to learn. Right, Pecos?
All right. And I'll come back in about half an hour.
Go ahead, pin it on.
Do you approve of our sheriff?
That badge won't do it.
Watch it, Ken. He's quite a guy, even without it.
Give us a little time. You'll find out.
Wish me luck, Pecos.
Okay.
Hello, mate.
Ryan?
Now, don't you worry about it. He'll come back real soon.
Why, Mr. Ryan, should I worry about him?
I can't explain that, Miss Lucy. But I'm sure you can. It takes a woman, I guess, to explain that.
Matt, what do you do about a stubborn man?
Want to know something? That stubborn guy reminds me of your father.
Matt, I just can't understand him. If you talk about him, he quickly changes the subject. He says he has to keep moving. But somehow I just don't believe it. Do you?
I hope no matter what he is, that he'll stay here with us.
There goes the new sheriff. Sure is in a hurry.
Wonder what he expects to find out there at Martin's ranch.
Martin's ranch?
What's wrong, Ken?
Why, the sheriff has no business there. He has no authority outside the town limits. Somebody better talk to him and set him straight.
He listens to no one. Or haven't you happened to notice that?
You imagine he's the perfect man, huh? It's mirrored in your eyes. But he's just a worthless floater, and we don't want him here, Lucy.
Since when have you the right to tell me how to look at another man?
You must really be in love, because no one is perfect.
Are you all through?
Not yet, Lucy, not yet. Now then, we have to discuss your business future. Since Walton's isn't functioning, as your lawyer, I advise you to sell. Think it over.
Thank you, I have. But at the first chance, Walton returns to work. Besides, we don't need a lawyer.
Saddle my horse.
All right, Mr. Denton.
All right, come on. Door's open. Come right in, will you? Have a seat.
Thank you.
I saw you coming from my window. I'd heard about our new sheriff. Glad to see you. Sure wish I could do something about catching old Ed's killers, Mr. Carson. But you can see I'm just a cripple. What can a man do from a wheelchair? Hey, Tony.
Yes, Mr. Martin.
Bring us something to drink.
Sir.
The best we have. We have to keep on good terms with the sheriff.
Coming right up.
Never know when we'll need him. You're a good man. I sense it. Yes, you're going to be a great sheriff. I'm sure.
Thanks, Mr. Martin.
I'm Sam to my friends. Here we are. Mace, I'm not such a fool that I think this is a social call. Speak up.
Sam, I'm here to find the answer to something. Can I ask you a few questions?
If I know the answers, you'll sure get them.
Good. Any wounded ranch hands on your place?
I don't know what you're driving at, but that's one I can't answer.
You can't? Or you won't?
20 years ago, I would have kicked your teeth in for talking that way to me. Sit down. Come on. Why are you looking for a man with a wound?
The sheriff that night, he shot one of the bandits. He wasn't badly hurt, actually. I don't think it was any more than a flesh wound.
What's it got to do with my ranch?
I was just coming to that, sir. Your men were in town that day and started fighting at the saloon. With me.
They had too much drink. Proves nothing.
Maybe not. I'm not too sure, then. But those hands Denton hired, do you know them well?
I'm afraid that I don't. But then I don't get around much. Let's get a breath of air. I can't even ride a horse, let alone walk. But I can still do some things. What does Ken want? Hope there's no trouble down at the bank. Well, there's always hope. He could have news. Word from my son.
Hello, Sam.
Welcome.
You're pretty far from your office, ain't you?
I wouldn't say that. I carry it right with me.
I think you'd better watch out, Ken. The boy has a very quick mind. What's the news? Anything bad? Or have you heard from my son?
Not yet. Another warning from the bank. The final one.
Oh, these banks here, they're worse than the squatters were. They won't leave you be.
You seem to be a little short of capital. You could sell some cattle. Why don't you?
Count them and see. The Martin herd is pretty thin.
You bet it is. Not like before. Time was when the herd was mighty big. We had more than 7,000. We're down about 1,000 head now. The cattle rustlers have hit me bad. And I lost a fortune when I had to close my mine. My son, if I could find him, things wouldn't be this way. You're still looking, Ken.
I'm trying in every way. It isn't easy.
What is? Keep at it.
How about taking a ride over your ranch, Sam? Don't you think it's about time?
Well, do you want me to go in this chair?
How about a carriage?
You're joking, Carson. Drive a carriage over that?
Well, then maybe an Indian sled. That ought to work, huh?
Why, it would. Why, of course it'll work. That's a darn clever idea. It's gonna work. I can see myself now. I'm riding up and down over them big hills and right out to the range to my herd. Ken, go get one of the boys to rig one up. Hurry.
Sam.
The sooner the thing is ready, the sooner I'll feel like a human being again. And Ken, while you're there, check on all the hands. You look them over good now, Ken. See if one of our boys has a bullet wound, huh? The sheriff told me old Ed wounded a man just before he was hit himself.
Here's Denton.
What's up? Gringo. I don't know who this new sheriff is. He's out to make things rough for us, and we've got to do something about it now.
He's only got one gun.
Yeah, but it's pretty fast. Something's got to be done about the herd, and right away.
Drive it off.
That's what I mean, and fast. Tell the men. Not a single head must remain.
At the latest count, I make it 12,000 head.
Right, get moving.
Hey!
Where's Tiny?
He's inside, taking care of his shoulder.
Get this fast. Have you gone absolutely crazy? Get him out before Carson finds him.
Mr. Denton, watch it. You bought my gun, not me. You don't control me.
Ah, come on, let's go.
I can't wait. I sure hope someone knows how to build one of them old things.
Just a few days, Sam. The boys will have the sled finished.
That's just fine. So I can finally get out of this chair and see for myself what's left of my herd. Mace, will you stay for dinner?
Sorry, Sam, I can't. I've got to get back to town.
Why don't you stay? You'll miss a good meal. Tony's the best cook for miles around.
You bet he is. He's better than any woman cook, but don't tell Lucy on me.
So long, Sam.
See you.
Next time I'll stay.
Good. He's a darn good man. Always knows what he wants to do.
If you ask me, I'm against strangers coming here. Sheriff or not.
Don't forget, you were a stranger when I hired you. So just be quiet.
Any tricks and your time's up. Your friend's there. I want you to wake him easy.
Reno, Tiny, get up.
Keine Bewegung. Lasst euch nicht stören. Du. Ja, du, Tiny.
Come here. Out in the line of fire. Around it. That's better. Better drop it, boy.
We just work on the ranch. What do you want from us?
Shut your mouth. Turn around.
What is this?
Your friends only want it for murder. Get his horse and tie him on. Go on. He looks good.
What do you do with Tiny?
See if you can guess.
Go easy, Sheriff. How about it?
Nothing I can do about it.
That badge is worthless out here. It don't mean a thing.
Hold it. This does, though. Get your horses. No saddle. Come on.
Get even.
Come prepared, then. To shoot.
Morning, man. Hey, where'd you pick him up, mate?
Martin's ranch. I'm afraid there's a few more.
Is he the one who killed the sheriff?
He must have had something to do with it. Maybe some other killings as well. We'll find out about it.
They know enough. One look at that wound, and they'll see he's hanged from the nearest tree.
Just as long as I'm the sheriff here, this man will get a fair trial.
You've got no right to arrest anyone outside of town limits, and you know it.
Uh-huh. That's a point we're going to have to clear up. inside the house. There aren't many there. Only 5 or 6.
They need help in there, Mace.
Gringo, we just gotta make a break. Mexican style.
All right.
Cover 'em good. That's the sheriff, boys.
What's going on? Gringo went inside. He'll never get out. Take my word, that rat is going to stay there.
I'm sure glad to see you two. We're a little outnumbered here. Listen, never you mind. I'm all right. All right, you miserable hyenas, come and get it.
Sam, say hello to your son.
You're back. I found you at last. It's been a long, long wait. All right, now, we've got a job. Let's do it. Come on, son.
Up here! We're attacking! Go right into the house!
My son, you mustn't go away again. You mustn't. We'll get a doctor.
Please, Father, you didn't say my name. What? Please, I must know that. I was just called Gringo. Tell me what my name was.
Your name's Dan. Dan Martin.
Your friend Tiny told us everything. And there's one more, I think. Your boss, Denton.
Put away your gun, Carson. Stand up, Carson, because I'm killing you.